park
Perfect
right there.
timing. Welcome, everybody, to the Hooligan Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 21. Guys, sports is back today.
We have sports!
We have one on, and
we're directly competing with one right now, but...
We have the Galaxy games on. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, we got it, but sports are back.
In America.
In America. And the Galaxy are playing right now. We didn't plan it that way. It just happened that way. We normally...
It was like, all right, we're ready. And all of a sudden, I sit in the group chat. I'm like, hey, I just realized we're going up against the Galaxy match.
I was like, oh, my God.
But bigger news.
Biggest news.
We get to watch some baseball actually on TV lately.
Yes.
Next week.
And I was there yesterday. I was so close.
You were so... That's why I was like, just go for it.
Or were you closer to getting tested, or were you getting closer to
we went hiking.
Yeah, but isn't the Dodger Stadium like the biggest test center?
When we went hiking down there by Stadium Way, that the testing center was open. There wasn't that many cars, but yeah, it is towards Elysian
I was like, just
Park.
Go hide in the pavilion.
Dude, I
somewhere
wanted to sneak in, especially since they were having a
squad.
scrimmage yesterday. I was like, I could have just snuck in, man.
Stand out like a sore thumb.
How many people?
DJ would have bailed me out.
How many people
had you,
try to watch the game from all the way up top if it's like a day game at the park?
Yeah, the spot where we had, we could have probably watched
on the opposite side?
Yeah, and no, because you can actually...
Yeah, in Elysian Park.
Because our buddy Joe Wolf did that for a playoff game once. Watch the game.
Can you actually see the field, though? Or can you only see, like, home plate?
You can see the field.
If you hit the right spot in Elysian Park up there, you can look downwards and see the... I mean, they're going to be like...
We're not going to tell you the spot, because we might watch...
They might close that. Newsom might close that spot down. And
specifically that one.
But that one spot.
When we do it during a day game, so we have to make sure we know what day game it is.
Right. That actually be interesting. It's funny though because I mean baseball's back. We're watching the Dodgers versus the Dodgers, which is honestly fun because there's a lot of matchups that you normally would never get to see, like Kershaw versus Mookie Betts, or I know we've seen it before, but now or Seager or somebody who's always been a Dodger.
Just sign Chico now.
Honestly, Chico's been the best.
Chico, number 97, Francisco,
long time bat boy.
Herrera, is that his name?
Long time bat boy for the Dodgers.
He's got a cannon.
Yeah.
Don't run on Chico.
Let Chico hit.
I was listening to Dave Roberts do an interview this morning on ESPN LA. He said that Chico plays a better left field than some of the professional baseball players right now.
I mean, I know.
Is CT left field?
Yeah, he normally moves around, but he's in left. And speaking of which, CT3 got thrown out by Chico.
Don't run on Chico.
Trying to tag up.
Don't run on Chico. Back on his name.
He's made some great catches out there.
Yeah, and he showed an arm. Like, that was, I mean, impressive. I know they're not all giving 100% out there, and they were testing him, but he answered it.
Arm, man.
Right?
We got a cannon, too. I'm right
now everyone wants him to bat, but Dave Roberts has shut that down.
I feel like just let him have it. Just give him one. And make sure it's the...
If Dave Roberts lets Chico hit, he is... I already have him as like a better manager than Don Mattingly, but that's cemented right there.
Level.
That's for his legacy?
I'm demanding a statue for Dave Roberts if he lets Chico hit.
But it's been fun, though, watching the Dodgers play a little bit.
Just like, are you sure about that?
A statue.
I was just joking.
You're going to be like Jackie Robinson, Sandy Koufax,
Chico, Dave Roberts.
And Chico.
I was mad the first two games the Dodgers just show clips of here. And they finally became smart. I tweeted this earlier. Like, the Dodgers need to show this.
I know. That's how I knew it was serious. Once I saw Bustos getting vocal on Twitter. I was like, oh, wow. He's passionate about this one.
He's pulling a me.
Yeah, he's letting his opinion out there.
He turned into baby Trump on Twitter.
Grumpy on Twitter. Well, what happens? All the fans were agreeing with me. What happens the next game? They showed the whole...
And that was the first one were like 3 innings, right? Yeah. And now they're 6 inning games, which
6 innings.
Honestly, they've been fun. Like I'm saying, it's cool to see certain guys against certain guys.
I mean, how often do you get to see Clayton Kershaw versus Corey Seager or Corey Bellinger or Justin Turner?
Against like our rookies
and
stuff like that.
Can we also talk about the fact that Corey Seager is already locked in?
Yeah, I hope Seager has one of those breakout years we've been talking about. Like if he stays healthy, I know it's a short season, but you've already seen the damage the Dodgers can do in a 60-game stretch. Like they've done this more than once. Like that'd be awesome to see them just all go on a tear and they're all
right.
I mean, perfect scenario.
You know who could be this year's breakout star though too? Edwin Rios.
I know, that's what I said. Edwin Rios. I feel like is gonna.
He's called that the other day.
Edwin Tripod Rios.
Yeah. Wow. Whoa, easy, buddy.
I'm not gonna ask.
Easy.
Yeah.
Watch your profanity.
It's a
thing. It's
you already know tripod is censored on
It's
this
a thing on.
podcast.
It's a thing on Twitter right now. It's,
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm
there was a
loop.
picture that circulated of him last season, and the theory of the gray sweatpants. Apparently,
Wow.
the women of Dodger Twitter.
This is a family
So that's
show.
why he's.
Bro.
That's why
Yeah,
he's
but
family
Tripod.
shit.
he's hit 3 home runs during.
That's what they call him, tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boostus is like, I can't escape it.
Walk
Kristen
right into that
shaking her
one.
head back, like, knock it
Yes.
off, move on.
3 home runs.
All right,
already.
guys.
And one off a Kershaw that was was inside enough, which was actually a good pitch. He just turned that around for a home
Okay,
run.
let's say
And who pitched to Mookie when Mookie roped it yet?
Stripling?
No,
who
Stripling
was it?
pitched with
Yeah,
against Kershaw.
Dustin May?
It might have been
I
me.
think it might have been.
Was it him?
I think it was Dustin May.
Mookie ripped that to left
Who
field.
who do you guys think is gonna have a bigger breakout year this year? Gavin Lux or we're gonna throw out Edwin Rios just because?
Well, Gavin Lux has been just reported to camp.
Just
Finally.
reported.
I know, but like just given he's probably gonna be a starter. He's gonna get. I mean, most of the at bats at second.
This
I
is
feel
an advantage of the Dodgers have on DH. Now they have multiple options
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
DH.
They're very
so,
flexible
So they
in
have
this.
Edwin Rios now at DH. They have Kiki Hernandez. They got Jock Peterson if you want to put AJ when he comes in.
Even Turner.
Even Turner.
Yeah,
Imagine if they let Chico hit.
Chico's
He
DH.
could be the dark horse.
Hey, here's a question.
And
This-
nobody
hey,
knows.
The new
no
show
one's got film on
let
him.
Chico
No one's got
DH.
film.
Hey, what does the Florida Marlins decide to pick up Chico because they're that bad?
Wow.
They could use all the help
No,
they can get.
They don't need. No, Chico. Don't put Chico with the
Leave
Marlins.
our
He's
bat
already.
boy alone,
you know,
bro.
No, what Chico? Give him a
Mattingly would ruin him.
Yeah, but it gives him an MLB opportunity though.
I heard the Angels just signed him
That
as a
doesn't
starting
count
pitcher.
when Don Mattingly's the manager. No.
Yeah, that's good.
Jesus Christ. Anybody? Don Mattingly. Oh my God. Don't-
Ryan Armenta said, literally, first thing I hear when I log in was Edwin Tripod Rios.
Nice.
Stepped in at the right time.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry about
I
that.
think Rios will be the breakout.
Yeah, Barrios has potential, but I think another guy who looks good was the reliever to pick up from the other player we picked up during that trade, Bardasol.
Brustal
Gratterall.
Gratterall.
Yeah, and he was, since we got him, they were saying that he's got some stuff.
Yeah, and
He
we
can
saw
throw.
it.
Yeah. And interesting, speaking of the Dodgers, we found out that Kenley, unfortunately, got the Ronas.
Yeah, the
COVID-19.
Ronas.
We were all worried about him.
We were wondering
We
why
were
he
wondering.
he
we were
hadn't
starting our own
reported.
little
and-
internal rumors. Like, what's going on with
And
him?
we thought it was because obviously Kenley's had heart issues over the last
Right.
couple of years. We said maybe he's staying away because of that, and now we find out that both him and his son got it, which
Yeah.
horrible and definite
They've
friend of the
since-
podcast, Kenley. So we're
They've
sending him
since
nothing but
they've
love.
since
But
recovered,
I'm glad he's
which is
recovered.
yeah, and
'Cause-
he's back at Dodger Stadium. They're saying, but yeah, that explains his absence because we
He's
were like,
been-
where's Kenley at?
It might be the other reason why, because remember earlier in the week, 2 weeks ago, they were saying a few Dodgers have reported tested positive.
Yeah,
so
and they didn't name any names.
they didn't even name. So I wonder if it's Gavin Lux, Kenley Jansen,
Whoever hasn't been
Tony
shown.
Gonzalez.
up.
Who showed-
Gonsolin, yeah.
Pedro Baez. I just saw maybe reported this week.
God
today.
bless Baez.
So
Baez had it too?
Another guy
I used to
who
hate.
is
I used to hate Baez
Baez-
2 years,
Baez
three
hasn't-
years ago.
I don't think he didn't report today. I think it looked like he reported
reported
today.
today, I think, right?
Oh.
He had the.
Yeah.
Oh, hamburgers.
It's just a question. That's why Chico, I think,
It's a solid
yesterday-
Butters reference right
That's
there,
why
sir.
Chico, why the players who didn't
Caught
report
that.
until now, why Chico was playing.
Right? Yeah, because they needed guys. They
Yeah.
didn't have the full, which is weird though too. Because I mean, the Dodgers got a roster. They got guys.
The B team actually looked pretty stacked.
and
Actually, the B team beat the A team last night.
I was gonna say the B teams held their own. The Dodgers got depth. Even, I mean, we've said it for years. Me and Bustos have said maybe like the last 5 years we can do like all the non-starters, take them off the rosters, and the Dodgers can still field the team that could beat the Padres.
And we were looking at it right. We were
It's
looking at
true.
this right now.
So
We saw it.
Yeah, so then we're like, all right, let's make the best lineup possible, removing every starter, and we're like, obviously this is a couple years ago, but we like filled it in. Like honestly, on paper, if there was a 7-game series versus the Padres, I think the Dodgers like B team can still take them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the starters too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's a whole rotation and everything.
Padres would literally get the smoke from the Tulsa Drillers.
They really would. They really would. I mean, like we're
Probably
saying,
the Great Lakes Loons.
No, you're going too
Cucamonga.
low. Cucum.
Ranch Creek. I'm talking about lower A.
I know lower.
Rookie
I'm
ball.
talking lower. You're going
Let
low
me
far.
have the joke, Bustos.
I mean, Rancho, I could give you.
Who's this? A Glendale rookie ball.
Right.
I'll give you Rancho, but I'm not gonna go lower A.
Either way,
He's a Valley Christian.
right? High school. Wilson High School. We got this.
Gardena High School. Let's go.
Wow.
Go
I'm
Panthers.
Formerly the Mohicans.
So
Yes,
inter-squad games looks good. Kershaw, Stripling looks good too.
Hey, Dodgers were voted NL team to most likely to win it, right?
Yeah,
I hope so.
They're the number one in all the power rankings. They're the number 1 or 2 power ranked team, in
Which
baseball.
is good and scary.
Yeah,
If you're not using trash cans.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Oh, and we were talking about
Yeah, you
Houston's
try it.
having all those problems too right now.
Yeah, that whole team might forfeit, right?
That's what we were saying. If,
Isn't
if the
everyone got
Astros lose
sick
the
on that
season,
team?
Yeah, if Astros somehow can't, postpone the season because they can't keep
Soft.
safe.
What is it? They don't have enough
If they
players. or
forfeit
something?
the season,
Is that what it is?
soft.
Well,
no, like multiple players have come down and then
no,
like,
they're come tested. Not that they're getting tested, but they've been around people who've had it.
a lot of people
Yeah.
within. I don't know if it
They're
was in
just
the
trying to
clubhouse or
avoid
whatever,
the beam.
They just don't want to
and
get
shit.
hit.
They just don't want to get hit. I get
Because
it. I'll catch a roller
2 weeks
coaster.
ago-
I'm
Because-
honestly fully convinced that this whole COVID-19 pandemic is like a blessing in disguise for the Houston Astros franchise.
yeah.
I feel like we ain't got to face the Heat from everybody.
Right.
It's
Hey,
like,
hey,
it's
there's
all
always
right.
next season though.
Go ahead. It's like
Well, in 2 weeks,
We'll never forget.
second week of the season, the Dodgers travel to Houston.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the schedule came up and the Astros were like,
I mean, do they? We're speaking because MLS is going on right
102
now.
degree
Do they
fever.
Astros just forfeit games until they're ready to play, like some of these soccer player teams?
They
are?
can wait 1 year
I
to
think
fight.
so.
People will not forget.
no, yeah, this is gonna hang around them for years. This isn't
And
like even
I'll
a
tell you,
winning
I'll
thing.
tell you-
and then
Altuve can
regarding them
retire.
against the Dodgers, we have them next season because the
Yeah,
in the
NLS is
rotation,
scheduled
yeah, in
on
21.
regular schedule. We're
I think
playing
I think we're
the
going to
ALS.
Houston though.
Altuve can retire.
I'm okay with going.
And
to
he'll
Houston.
still get
I-
beat in the retirement home. Someone will beat him in a retirement
Yeah, this
home
is
with a
this
wheelchair.
tarnished legacies. This isn't a
It's-
single
it's
season.
over for Houston.
Yeah, that's something for sure. I think everybody agrees on. That's something I think all baseball fans agree on in that sense,
Like,
other than Astros fans. That
All I know
it's
is
a
that
legacy thing.
I need to update my state ID to get the real ID so I can fly out to Houston because I want that matchup next season.
Yeah, like I'm getting arrested.
I'm about to be disrespectful.
How
to
is it going to
Houston.
feel when Houston get the Pantone and the Dodger takeover because we really wanted to see Houston lose and get booed in their home stadium?
I mean, if Dodger fans
That
take
might
over
be
Houston,
that might be the greatest Pantone 294 trip of all time.
I feel like they wouldn't even want to sell tickets because
They
they,
already-
don't want that heat.
I think
They don't want the
I-
smoke.
Based
The
on-
Yankees one was
I think-
probably the biggest one.
I think
Yeah,
the
that
Insta-
was
I was looking at Instagram. I think they already got some tickets ready for the Houston series.
Next year?
Already.
How are they already get tickets
They
for
got
next
a
year?
confirmed group
A
sale.
group thing?
Yeah.
Wow. Another interesting story regarding the Dodgers has been that Dodger Stadium has obviously had a lot of new changes, a lot of new construction. One of the new things is the batter's eye has been changed. Before there used to be a giant tarp, literally
Yeah.
just a big black tarp out in
Sections
center field.
3,
Max
13,
Muncy,
and,
Cody Bellinger, all down with black. Love the black
360.
tar.
The old batter's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it got changed to a camera well / bar / entertainment area.
With a lot
and
of lights and
And they
flashing.
tried to
lights.
It's
and
inside
a
field,
it's
so-
painted now. It's
and
not
painted-
just a tarp.
And the seats are painted black.
So yeah, they reopened those sections that Christian just mentioned, but they painted them
Black.
diagonally black to try to give the illusion of a whole batter's eye. And one of the first games,
Iconic.
Max Muncy gets hit on the hand and hasn't played since. And they're saying it's not that serious,
Ooh,
but
what a save.
enough. Bustos is
Oh, watch me. Bustos has got the.
we got the Galaxy
shot
game
on
on
it.
here.
Yes, and I also
He
do
can
have
see-
money
Is
on the
it
game.
0-0?
Yeah, it's still 0-0. And I do have money on the game.
Wow, this guy cannot. Like as soon as gambling came back for him, he's like,
Oh,
He
gambling.
was jonesing.
I did it to win
He
it.
was gambling like on Jamaican sports, probably.
you know,
He's
he
like, what's going on in
discovered the
Jamaica?
stock market during
Yeah.
during the hiatus
He's
because
like,
now he's
buy
all
some
like talking about stocks. Yeah, he's
buy
like,
some bitcoins.
he was like, "This is so much better than sports gambling, corporate
my
gambling."
God.
Like,
Yeah.
Bustos, are we gonna have to take you to like
Rehab.
Yeah.
There's a phone number for that, bro.
gamblers
Anonymous. Yeah,
anonymous
there's a
kind
phone
of thing? I don't trust it, but yeah, big stadium. They obviously spent a lot of money on this. It's crazy to see that the Dodgers hitters are complaining already.
Yeah.
I have a question for the producer off camera. Do we have any like archive footage of like the of the stadium, like the old backstop, the old
No.
batter's eye?
Let me see if I have one on my phone.
I thought I had.
Because kind of give a comparison.
And it's
the new
crazy
batter's eye.
how-
So I've seen the new batter's eye, and it's like
I
like,
actually
for me,
don't.
like if I was a hitter, I'm like
I think
have
the
no
problem
issue.
is the batter's eye is the tarp areas
I think the issue is the type of paint. I think that they were saying like
and the tarp areas because the type of paint they use for the new.
that
tarp
they were
area.
gonna have to do matte paint because
Yeah.
there's too much gloss or glare that
on the
can
seats.
be
Okay.
On the seats.
on the seats specifically.
Yeah.
Because I know they tarped them back.
Hey, that's what they get for still having those damn wooden seats in the pavilions,
Also
man.
true.
Why couldn't they just use like the?
That's what
They have like this new kind of surface like I've taken the Metro Rail. I use public transportation. Everybody knows that. And they have like new, like kind of like plastic-like seats.
But it's like more
Metro.
molded.
Yeah.
A molded
Yeah,
plastic?
it's like it's more. They made it more safer, where it's like you don't get like much like residue or anything like that, where like stuff sticks to you.
So one of my big things was when the Dodgers announced their whole redoing of the outfield and the pavilions and all that stuff. Like, Stan Kasten was like, and don't worry, Dodger fans, we're going to be sure to keep those benches for you guys. I was like, whoa. You're not talking to Dodger fans because everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Keep the bench format, but just actual
like,
newer,
just,
not wooden seats.
You know ones that don't hurt your butt after
Not
eating it.
So I think
when your right butt cheek goes numb, it's like,
I feel like the Dodgers
time for another Dodger dog,
I
guys.
feel like the Dodgers were trying to save an extra couple seats by opening those tarp areas.
Maybe because they didn't want to paint over the Kurt Gibson.
No, the Kurt Gibson one is over in 302.
Yeah.
No, but either way, I think they were just being cheap about it. They made it seem like, don't worry, we're keeping the charm of the pavilion intact. We're like, no, dude, upgrade it. Like anybody who, like, yeah, if you go a couple games a year, you probably don't notice it. But if like people were there enough, season ticket holders,
like me, DJ, and Bustos are there.
Like so, yeah. If you're there enough, I feel like you after a while are just like, oh my god, this is uncomfortable.
How often do you actually sit in the pavilion? I feel like you're lately been standing around.
Ever since they kind of enclosed the ballpark in 2014, I like kind of roll around.
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
but like over the years,
CJ and I, and we still say it.
But over the years, no, you guys both know that despite me walking around the ballpark, I always seem to eventually come back to the pavilion. That's where I grew up at.
And I'm just saying, after a while, you just like either you break it in and it just stops hurting after a while.
Or you get up and take a walk.
Yeah, you just gotta like
another Dodger dog, guys. I'll be back.
I'm going to the bathroom.
You sit down in the benches under the
which we've done for innings at a time, especially on day games. I'll just be underneath the pavilion.
Which is gone now.
Opening day last season was like me and DJ. Like I ran into DJ and we ended up just like kicking it for like a good chunk of like the amount of home runs hit by the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think we were there for like 3 innings and we missed like all the scoring.
You know what's funny though too about that?
And I'm usually out in the
they also
section.
made. Look like they extended. Like,
I think they got rid of that too.
Yeah.
So they look like they extended the area where the bullpen of where the players usually was sitting, that small little box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Look like they made it a little wider because you remember how you used to down there where I sit.
Yeah.
You go down below. There's like a little storage where mops and
So that's now part of the little
area where the players could sit.
Where the windows at?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Back hideaway bunker.
Yeah.
Back to the batters. I'm just really surprised that they didn't really fully think that out.
That's what I'm saying. Like to drop so much money.
That was
time,
important. Yeah. I mean,
that's a huge thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It was huge. It's for safety. It's for. I mean.
I guess they wanted to make a home field advantage more.
Yeah, but it hurts our home team. I mean,
once it breaks.
I understand. Like, okay, so when like Dodgers are, in the outfield, they should like flash white light on it and have the bar like turn on all their neon lights during that time.
How much you want to bet that might become a thing too? People on top of the bar trying to flash lights, or
it's gonna be horrible. Dude.
That could be an issue. I know they'll toss somebody for doing it, but to just know the umpire stopping the game or whatever because he sees something on the bar.
I just know the homie Officer Doug will have none of this.
Yeah,
just my boy.
Escort people out. Like
that's my ride or die right there.
Is he?
He's ride or die. He's been there for years.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Doug.
I'm just surprised they didn't really.
Officer Doug, friend of the podcast.
Who would have thought that?
Officer of the podcast.
Who would have thought that the whole problem with the construction of the new Dodger Stadium was going to be the batter's side?
Yeah, of everything that was going to be the issue the biggest issue people had.
We were complaining about the seats, about people
getting in and out of the stadium.
Trayvon Gordon in the comments. Turn to FS1 if you want to watch the Galaxy match.
Yeah, it's still 0-0, and I'm going to win first.
Don't forget have both.
Yeah, put the soccer game on mute.
Yeah, can we get some like picture-in-picture for you guys?
Yeah, didn't we had the Kings game on here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had another monitor.
So when we do the dual monitor, we put the Kings game, but then half the podcast we just get quiet and we're just staring at the monitor.
Our producer's shaking her head. She hates the idea.
Yeah, it's like you guys are live.
You guys are just watching the game.
Yeah, you guys are quiet for like 20 seconds.
So should I bring my PlayStation
anything
next week and see how she really gets?
Yeah.
No, she will not.
I mean, like right now, I'm basically just staring at the TV while listening to you guys.
And you're throwing distance from her too, so I'd watch out for flying cans, Burger King burgers, and vanilla shakes.
Actually, guys, we have some sponsors. I feel like it's better when we get through them earlier in the show. We got more people watching.
As always.
I love our sponsors. I love our sponsors.
Shout out to our main sponsor, Rose Cremation. I mean, look it. They even updated the ad. Complete cremations for $9.95. Guys, call that
Certain
number.
service that could be essential nowadays.
It is. I mean, a lot of people may be needing it.
We hate to say that, but yeah.
If anybody needs cremation service local to LA County.
Is there a Groupon or anything?
No, I don't know.
That's right.
Don't put me on fire.
Hey, that's the Hooligan special rate. The
Yeah, that's
right.
Tell them the Hooligan sent you. And as always,
Rose Cremations here in Bellflower. Always make contact to them at area code 562-804-0404. And as always, think about tomorrow. Today.
And the Galaxy game just went to halftime. It's 0-0.
Wait a minute, it cost me $1,000 to die? Jeez.
and that's cheap too.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cheap.
That's a Hooligan special rate too.
And also, our
Boostos won't let me use the promo code though if I die. He's like, nah, he's dead. He can't use the promo code.
Also, our newest sponsor, we just got this up too. Shout out to Big Nick's Pizza.
Yeah, look at that.
Check this out. We even got the commercial back here.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that.
It's my best impression of the Godfather theme song right there.
Right? Is it? I was wondering where we were going.
Yeah,
with it. I thought you were
was
just
the Godfather theme song.
freestyling. So yeah, shout out Big Nick's Pizza and San Pedro.
I'm impressed with this commercial. Is that
Either
fire
tell
breath?
him,
Is that John in the background?
tell
Yeah,
them
there's John.
Hey!
Hey, John, GM.
that Team Turnup sent
Lee
you or
Williams.
Hooligan sent you. But yeah,
Yeah,
San
definitely.
Pedro, give them a call. I think everything right now is to go, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
quality pizza.
Unfortunately-
Definite friends of the podcast. Check them out.
Unfortunately,
Keep the
LA
podcast.
County's back to
Get the hot
Indigo.
wings.
Get the wings.
Get the
And
wings.
then, what would we be without if we don't promote our own brand, Hooligan Sports? And rumor has it, it's a rumor. Don't take this
I don't know.
too
It might
serious,
be
but
true.
it's a rumor. It might be true. It might not be.
Justin Penner's conspiracy theory says this is true.
Penner told me it was true. 10%
I'm just saying
off your
that
next
Fire
order.
Manfred, that shirt.
Relevant.
I
It
dig
stays relevant.
Stripped the title too.
Strip their title.
Hey, I've never seen that. Is that LAFC one?
The Eichel on
That
Yeah,
looks
is that
real-
you?
Real suspect.
I haven't seen that one yet. That is
10% off your next order when you use promo code podcast
that.
on the website.
That's a great
Wow.
wow.
We got three of us.
That headshot in Los Angeles is real
Yeah,
suspect.
I just
Real suspect.
seen that one.
Damn, is this how I get busted, guys?
Michelada sounds good right now.
There you go.
You think you know a guy?
Right?
You think you know?
All my
a guy.
Galaxy shirts was Lawton related, so I had to take them all down. So now it looks even more LAFC
Hey,
heavy.
Chirino.
Hey,
I know,
we should
now.
make a Chico shirt.
Don't run on Chico.
Well, that's
Chico
kind of already
DH.
taken already.
Chico for DH.
Yeah.
Some kind of Chico.
Oh,
related.
Turner.
Chico 2020.
Hey, just
Also, don't forget
Chico 2020.
our shout out to the guys. Follow everybody. Don't forget Boostos. We fixed
I
your
accept
name.
everyone, but Bustos doesn't.
hey.
Yeah,
neither
he's
does Tommy.
So
That's why Tommy's not
I need
here.
next-
just to clarify things, my handle that's for both Twitter and Instagram, the same thing.
So is mine.
Yeah.
Rico's is his handle for Instagram.
Yeah. And
And,
Christian will send you nudes if you add him.
It's true. It's true. All you gotta do is ask.
Yo, you guys, the chat room's
DJ and
popping right
Bustos, they have
now.
the same.
Yes,
same
yes,
name.
we love
Tommy's saying, you know what got cremated? That 21-point lead. Sorry, boys, just got home from work.
Oh, wow.
Right now, Monts is saying $3.95 for just half your body. No, that is not a deal. We will not honor the
Unless you're short.
Right,
You get a discount if you're like a midget.
No,
I don't
Tommy.
know.
I don't think so.
I shouldn't say that.
Tommy, I
Hey.
invited you into a Sweet with
little
Stone
person.
IPA.
Hey, there's a rumor that there'll be a new sponsor probably next week too. Or
Oh
Bobby.
yeah, we are gonna have a new
Harold
sponsor.
Baskins.
Probably
That's who's
couple.
gonna sponsor us.
So if you're interested in getting ad too, hit us up. Find us on
And
social media
it's
at
free.
email.
No, it's not free.
It's free.
It's free.
No.
Just send
For
us
today
some
it
food.
is. For today
Send
it
us
is.
food or something. and
Yeah,
we'll put
give
you-
us some food. Give us some clothes.
There's a
Easy.
cost. I have to pay for future.
Boosters
Gambling habits? Is that what you need the money? GoFundMe for send Booster
He's
to
like,
Vegas?
Papa needs a new pair of everything.
Hey, I just won the first half. Okay, so
All right.
else
Moving
we
on.
got?
What else do we got? Okay, so
Disney World's the epicenter of sports right now.
yeah,
It's gonna be the
the
epicenter
wide
of
world
COVID.
of sports is
The epicenter
the
of sports.
epicenter because right now we both got NBA and MLS going on at
Well-
Disney World.
Well, MLS going on live right now.
I mean, they're all there though. The
They're all
NBA
there
is down
now.
there.
They're all down there now. At the happiest place in the world.
Earth.
Or sorry,
Jeez, get the logo right. Get the
I mean-
slogan right.
in the hotbed of
He's
coronavirus.
like happiest place in the universe.
In the hotbed of coronavirus.
With the theme park reopened in the
Also-
middle of this, I'm like, Like
Yesterday,
hey,
which is crazy. Yesterday, Florida
Hey, dog,
broke the
hey.
record for the most cases in a day in the
the-
whole pandemic in the whole country.
USA.
And they're like, you know what
USA.
else? You know what else might work? Let's bring back sports in Florida too.
Yeah.
Like,
Who would have not?
even though they're in their bubble that they talk about, they keep saying they're in the bubble. They're in the bubble. Even though they're in the bubble, you're still
Well,
in the hotbed of where the virus is
Luckily,
happening.
As a
luckily, the
matter of
MLS
fact,
has been somewhat successful in the testing.
aside from Nashville SC and FC Dallas.
Yeah, but they've been
Yeah.
tested. They had the virus before they got there.
Right.
But I mean, so there's some big NBA guys. Russell Westbrook came out,
And James Harden.
then a couple hours ago we found out James Harden also
how
got
depleted is
coronavirus.
Houston now?
Which they had a good team on paper. You figure they're thinking they're contenders. We already know Lakers in 3, but
Excuse me, sir. Lakers in 2.
Lakers in 2.
Sweet.
But
First game
this
sweep.
has to hurt those guys. The two
Yeah.
that'd be the Laker equivalent of LeBron and Anthony Davis just getting it out of nowhere. And we're like, well, there goes our chances. So that's going to be interesting to see. But the fact that all this everything's still moving forward. I forgot who's the center for the Sacramento Kings.
I don't know.
I forgot his name, but
He's
he
the best player.
crossed the campus
He
line.
crossed the line.
to get food from Postmates, which I'm like, all right, it's understandable. You want to get some food delivered
Now
to
he-
him, but literally the fact that he was able to barely cross the line, and they had to tell him, all right, so you're quarantined for 10 days.
10-day
He's got 8.
quarantine.
So he's already done 2 days. So he's got 8 more.
Did they have a
remaining, but it's
videotape on the line? Like,
Well, he
or
was
like-
tweeting like, "Oh, don't worry, guys. If you hate the food here, just Postmate it and have it ready for you downstairs." And like he posted this whole thing, and then he
Well-
posted a tweet later saying, "I guess not," or something like
Like,
that.
never
Just
mind,
kidding, never
LOL.
mind. And yeah, now he's on a 10-day quarantine just for getting food while in the bubble already.
So you see all the players complaining about the bubble food.
Yeah, everyone's comparing it to the Fire Festival
Yeah.
and all that other
Was it like
nonsense.
sandwiches and
Yeah,
like,
just really
Sorry,
plain
this-
and
I mean, I get it. They are most of them are multi-millionaires and they're used
they
to.
all are. Yeah.
But hey, come back for your belongings. Those foods, all of us will eat those food. They look good enough for me to
yeah,
eat.
we poets.
Yeah.
so we're
Oh, I mean,
poets.
we would definitely. I'd have no problem.
Free food? I'm there.
Exactly. I was like, you're giving me free food to show up. I don't care what it is.
This is leftovers from the Fire Festival. We'll take it.
That's cool.
We'll take it.
I'll just scrape the mold off.
But
Don't worry.
in Laker news, no Avery Bradley. Now we're out with Rondo for the first part of the
Hurt hand or broken hand? Is
Yeah,
it?
injured hand.
In practice.
Press your right hand.
So that means our boy,
Alex Caruso time.
is
The
gonna
goat?
play-
The
goat
goat.
is gonna have to play.
Caruso goat.
Caruso is gonna have to play a big role for the Lakers. The first
I'm here
part.
for it. I'm ready for Finals MVP.
Bald
Alex Caruso.
Eagle, Alex Caruso.
The goat.
I'm ready for Caruso for MVP.
Because Rondo's out 6 to 8 weeks, which
We
is
need an eagle screeching on the
we
sound.
really do. That's a good.
which is about equal
Or
to about
goat
the
sound.
first or second round of the playoffs.
No, that's for LeBron.
First or second round of the playoffs, he's expected to be back.
Yeah.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 3. I stand by it.
That's right.
Man, I actually miss I gotta say, Randy Newman's "I Love LA" is such an iconic song. You hear it after when the Lakers win, when the Dodgers win, and it's like I admit at times it's such a corny song, but it's
I
like
miss it.
Man, I miss
I
it.
do
I
too.
miss it.
I think I do too.
You know what I miss is the old
Sports.
goal horn from the Kings when they would start off with "I Love LA."
It's about the old bullhorn.
It was horn and before.
For
What the current
Yeah.
the current
Hey,
train
hey,
whistle?
hey.
Or,
the train whistle would go on, and then Dieter would play a snippet of "I Love LA,"
LA.
then it would go into the "Hey."
they still do,
But not all the time.
Because you just don't hear "I Love LA" because the horn's so loud.
No, it immediately goes to the hey.
yeah,
Hey,
he used,
hey,
he used to
hey,
play
hey.
a snippet of "I Love
Elena's
LA."
asking, "Where's our dang mask?"
Elena's asking where's the mask.
Well, Elena, what you don't see is the new technology of dividers here.
Well, for
It's a
starters,
green
Elena.
screen.
Yeah,
It's a green
Here it is,
mask.
right here. Here's our mask,
It's a little,
right there. The puff.
All right, for the record, for anybody wondering where's our masks and all, as Bustos comes up and pulls his Dodgers mask out, trying to make me look like
I should put my
jackass
Gucci
here.
one
See
on.
here. You happy, guys? I can't
So
believe-
our normal lineup is myself, DJ Rico, Bustos, and of course Tommy Sotelo, who is actually away right now because he is at a much more.
He's actually in the chat room, and
he's in the chat right now.
He said Bucks and 4, but we all ignored it because we don't take that.
Shut up, Tommy.
Tommy, you just got home from work. Give the wife some loving, man, and get off our chat and our team.
Spend some loving time with your lovely wife.
Go give the wife a hug, please.
And your adorable.
Come back after basketball talk.
Right.
That's the only subject Tommy's
We'll text
not here
you
for.
after basketball talk because obviously
when football
this
talk
you.
comes back.
Yeah. We'll talk about your Lord and Savior Johnny Hecker.
Hey, Mama's on.
Oh.
Mama's on.
Uh-oh. My mom is in the chat, you guys.
Another thing about the Lakers, J.R. Smith a few days ago got busted for filming.
Well, we haven't even talked about
that. J.R., are you
kidding? The bubble. He already got in trouble. Like
he was on live stream, right? He was on live.
I don't think he was officially there as a Laker yet. I think
No, I think he was already signed.
It was like an hour signed or something like that.
Like the day or day after.
Filming everything. And they told hey, knock it off.
J.R. Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
J.R. Smith is just savage.
Anything is possible. I mean, honestly, I don't think we talked about that, right? Because last episode, they hadn't signed
J.R.
it.
Smith and JaVale McGee on the same squad, ladies and gentlemen.
The meme team. Not the dream team. The
Lakers in 3.
And Caruso.
Lakers in 2, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, they're just going to finish that one game, and they'll be like, you know what, you guys just take it.
Lakers in 2.
Lakers in 3 sweeping Tommy's Bucks. Or the Sacramento
whatever
Kings,
his team is.
Whoever his team is.
Whatever the squad is for him.
He's just anti-Laker. He's going to be rooting for anybody who's playing the Lakers the whole time.
Bet's still on, Tommy.
Yes, the bet is on.
We should get
sign them up.
We should get some Hooligan mask.
We are actually.
Yeah, we are working on that.
You kind of spoiled the surprise.
I think you just spoiled my surprise, boosters.
I didn't spoil it.
Let's end the show right now.
We wasted the good surprise on you.
Surprise, everyone.
Don't forget that. I'm just
kidding. See ya.
I didn't spoil the surprise. I think we should get some Hooligan mask.
They're in the works.
They're in the works. Oh.
Basketball. We're talking about LeBron James right now.
J.R. Smith. Jeez. Oh my God.
Alex Caruso.
The Caruso.
And might as well break the other news. Special guest in a couple weeks, Wayne Gretzky. I mean,
God, can we not have one surprise on this show?
No.
You guys have to ruin it. All right.
I thought it was
Cat's out of the bag, guys. Gretzky was going to show before this whole pandemic.
Wearing the new Hooligan mask.
I honestly thought it was
the hit show.
I thought it was going to be Sidney Crosby via Zoom chat, so me and DJ can both slander him.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready. I've been writing for this for weeks.
So I was watching.
Sidney Crosby.
Here comes another spoiler.
Let's go back. We'll talk
Who's
about the
going to be like
later.
Darth Vader's Luke's father, by the way.
We'll talk about the hockey situation later.
What's up? What are we talking? Basketball?
Let's finish basketball, and then we'll talk about hockey.
Basketball. Did we kind of skim over MLS too?
Dude, I'm going to slap Tommy. I swear to God.
Wow.
I'm going to slap this guy when I see him.
Lakers losing.
I'm going to slap him and give the baby a kiss, and I'm slapping him again.
Why is he like this?
I invited you into a suite with Freestone IPA, and this is how you do it.
Him and Tommy lost sweet privileges.
Hey, it just happens. He hates the Lakers, so you just gotta accept it.
He's just the Laker hater.
No, actually, I'm fully convinced he secretly loves.
I'm selling him a Hooligan shirt with no promo code.
Wow.
Full price.
Full price.
Man, that's
full
cold
price.
So, cold-blooded.
I mean, there's nothing else. Russell Westbrook has the Coronas.
James Harden.
James Harden has the Coronas.
And when's the first day back? When's the
next 2 weeks now?
Do you remember when the Lakers never announced who had the Ronas, but they gave?
Also interesting too, because they were one of the teams that didn't disclose exactly who had
because
it.
of HIPAA.
What?
The state rule or government rule where you can't announce who had it.
Yeah.
It has to be the.
So why do some teams? Why does it
players
come out?
The
players themselves say it's fine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like the media knows, and they are the ones who
like the media
can get in trouble for that if they
release it.
Without lockup permission.
Well, I'm waiting. If that's the case, I'm waiting for Platchkey to slip up on something.
Well, yeah.
Bill Platchkey, podcast.
Dave Vassay was saying, it was saying on AM 570 this morning. It's like you can make arguments like, oh yeah, you gotta believe what you think. Or do what you.
What are you talking about as far as reporting to camps and
stuff?
stuff?
Yeah, like who's not reporting camp. So you have an idea of what.
So, but I mean, there's certain situations like we were talking about earlier, like Buster Posey. That's been a big topic this week. Like, understandable. He himself doesn't have it, but he recently adopted two girls. They were born prematurely, and they're obviously more susceptible to catch something, and that's a worry for them. So he opted out of the season. So some people were kind of giving him flack for it. Though one of the rare times Dodger Nation, I feel like backed him up. And we're showing him support.
I saw a couple of Dodger fans on Twitter, oh man, he's being soft, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, it's bigger than baseball.
Like, I understand that's one of our biggest rivals, but
the face of our biggest rival.
I'm like,
besides
my thing has always been family always comes first. So
and
it doesn't matter who you play for.
And like we always say, certain things are bigger than baseball. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's his family, and you respect the decision. Like Bruce was saying, like, certain people, you have to respect the decision. David Price, another one, he's not a big addition for the Dodgers. He's going to have a huge role, especially going into the postseason. You figure he'd be probably one of the top 3 guys in a postseason rotation, and he opts out. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, it sucks. It is what it is, but it's bigger than baseball. Like if he's concerned about his family, like Avery Bradley, another one. Like, you have to respect the decision. And I feel like it's easy for a lot of fans, especially of teams who are really close to that title. It's within reach. Dodgers, Lakers definitely fall in that category where they'd be like, we need everybody we can make a run for it. But at the same time, you got to respect it.
I don't blame Mike Trout when his kids were inside. I'm not coming back.
Did Trout make a decision, or
he hasn't made his decision? But it's like I wouldn't. None of us would be surprised if he decides, you know what, I'm going to opt out for the season.
And like we're saying, it falls within the same thing as Buster Posey.
That's another thing with Dodger fans here in the comments or on Twitter. If you guys get a hold of this, hey, we're not doing the Mike Trout slander.
Yeah, honestly,
that man is off limits.
Well, who would slander Mike Trout?
We have fun of it. Like, we had a design that said "Free Trout." I don't know if you remember that one. Yeah. There's a free Trout design.
Damn it! I wanted him to be on the Dodgers so badly. He signed that contract last year.
Right, it still stands though, free Trout. But that's not a knock on Trout. That's a knock on the Angels. Like, Trout needs to go into better things.
He needs to go somewhere else to win a championship.
Like, Angels fans, you've been to the Angels franchise. You've been blessed with one of the absolute one of the best all around athletes.
Baseball players in history.
Not best athlete, just one of the best players ever.
History of baseball, yeah.
And you mean to tell me you couldn't build around this guy? So you draft him, and then your next move, a couple years later,
we just triggered a Mike Trout rant. Just how?
It's Marty.
I'm going to do this for him.
It's Marty Moreno.
Yeah.
Yeah, because come on, you have a chance to make a trade during the offseason that makes you better.
You somehow mess around and get Mike Trout in the MLB draft. And your next moves after that are to sign guys like Albert Pujols, a man who was already.
That's a pickup.
That wasn't that bad.
That wasn't a bad.
I feel like it was
but all right.
Josh Hamilton.
Let me rephrase.
Josh Hamilton for sure.
Yeah.
You signed Albert Pujols to this monster contract.
I can live with that.
and then afterwards,
I'm gonna scoot over this.
And then afterwards, you go get C.J. Wilson, who is.
That's the problem. They don't sign pitching.
C.J. Wilson doesn't count. All he cares about is
that's the
cars that he got from.
I mean, they made a bonehead move where you could have got Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling,
which I'm thankful that fell through because Jock on the Dodgers.
Artie Moreno got impatient and backed out of the deal.
Yeah, he did it to himself.
And we need Ross Stripling this year because of David Price.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to have that extra arm there.
Thanks, Anaheim.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, there's no sympathy for the Angels as the organization, just because, I mean, it is what it is as far as we stand. But if anything, like you're saying, we feel bad for Trout.
I make fun of them, but yet I get so frustrated at how the way they
I'm like,
oh my God.
You're mishandling the greatest player.
You didn't build around that team.
Look who he signed during free agency. They signed Anthony Rendon. You don't need more bats.
Yeah, you guys need pitching.
Y'all need pitching.
That's been your problem for years.
Yeah. I know we were trying to go after Garrett Cole along with the rest of other teams, but...
Oh, shit.
Come on. Galaxy match is still scoreless.
Yeah.
So that's what Bustos is
reacting to. That's what Bustos is groaning.
Anyways.
Don't let him fool you. He's not a soccer fan. He merely has money on this game.
He just wants money.
He merely has money on this game.
I really actually have money on the Galaxy to win this game.
He's like, I like David Beckham. Of course.
Give it to Beckham.
Yeah, that's the Beckham.
Robbie Keane, where are you?
He's retiring. What?
Where's Landon Donovan?
Where's Alexis Lalas?
Where's Kobe Jones?
Kobe Jones.
The other Kobe goat in LA.
Don't get us started on Mike Trout because we'll start on one subject and we'll just go on how the Angels have totally mishandled.
And we all like Trout.
Despite me being a Dodger fan, you guys would probably not want me as a general manager of the Angels because they'd probably win some championships.
And honestly, it's everybody I feel like respects Trout. If that's Like he's
on
a rival team in a sense.
He's a man that is off limits on heckling.
But he's respected in that sense.
He's respected around the league and by fans because
he is also a noted Philadelphia Flyers fan.
When the whole Houston thing got exposed, when he spoke, people listened, and when he said that was
you want to know how badly you messed up Houston?
When Mike Trout said something about
you made Mike Trout angry.
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's hard. Nicest guy in the world.
Mike Trout is a nice guy. He is a sweet man.
Legendary.
Also, can you just, we talked about, we're going off one of our tangents on the side again, how the Angels have mishandled Mike Trout as far as like building a team around them. Also, on the marketing standpoint, to be in Los Angeles market, we know they're in Anaheim, they're not really in LA. To be in the LA market and to have arguably the greatest baseball player of our generation, as far as like numbers and stuff go, to not have him marketed to be like the biggest thing, like he's known, but he's not like, I don't know, if he was on the Dodgers, I'd feel he'd be like the biggest name in sport.
His face would be plastered
everywhere.
Oh my God.
I feel like he'd have endless endorsement deals. He'd be on like a Kobe level to the city.
This year, in an alternate reality where he did not sign his long-term contract that he did last year,
right?
And we didn't have the Ronas, I think the Freeway Series game at Dodger Stadium this season would have been me like in the pavilion like, Mike, come to the Dodgers.
You'd start
we
your own.
have the money.
But
the Christian recruiting campaign Christian would put forward.
Like, Mike, we'll get you to the playoffs. We'll get you to a World Series. I'm not sure we'll win, but you will get to a World Series.
You'll win some playoff games.
You will see playoffs. You will see a crowd. People will adore you even more.
We'll show you what some sellouts are.
And the sad thing is, think about that. DJ, me, maybe probably Christian. We shouldn't be here right now doing our podcast.
Okay, so this is the depression Bustos walks into the studio today bringing. He's like, you know where we should be today, right? And I was like, what? He's like, today's the home run derby. Yeah. Today was supposed to be the home run derby for baseball. And I was like, Bustos, we're starting it like this already. Like, I completely forgot.
Sad music.
I completely forgot that today was supposed to be. Here we go. Today was supposed to be the home run derby. Today was the day we'd be out in the pavilion catching golden baseballs,
drinking beers,
just having the time of our life.
Yeah.
Seeing the best hitters in all baseball, launching balls out of the stadium over our heads. Probably we're probably not gonna get any of them, but
trying to force Bustos to drink more.
We'd be making a video just of today.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a live
podcast. Actually,
we probably would have been over there since like noon.
Right for that.
No, we probably would have been there like.
I'd be there since the morning. This would have been like opening day routine.
The only way I'd be making it into the home run derby was like Bustos is like, all right, so I got tickets for the home run derby.
And you know that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. I'm like, why would you tag me in this? And I'm like, I got lucky going to an All-Star game. Like,
but how fun would have been? I just remember like.
It would have been fun.
It would have been the most fun. That would have been the thing we've been waiting for all year.
So as much as I love catching baseballs, like, in the outfield of batting practice, and, acquiring baseballs, the home run derby is so chaotic.
So Ryan says, I'm kind of scared now that the Angels are talking about developing around Anaheim Stadium. Teams usually bulk up to win when they want stadium money. Also true. And there's been some interesting plans that came out the last couple weeks that Artie Moreno's trying to develop around Angel Stadium, and the Ducks.
And the Ducks, too.
The Ducks are trying to build an LA Live outside of Honda Center.
They got approved for that already. They are
they got approved for that.
And that's supposed to happen within the next 5 years or something like that?
Well, guess what? Bye-bye tailgates.
I mean...
Well, when you think about it, after when LA Live started to develop, then we did start winning the championship.
That is true.
That. Oh! You don't even know a damn player on the team.
You're right. He can't name one dude on the team.
All he knows is Chicharito. That's it.
Yeah, that's all I know right now.
All he knows are the goals that.
What number does Cameron Dunbar wear?
I don't know, but that was
my
close.
point exactly. Cameron Dunbar wears number 60 for the Galaxy.
69.
That was his go-to answer.
Noise.
So that'll be interesting to see all that development, to see how they bring up the property value and, like you said, the team value. Maybe. The Angels.
Overall,
I'm still saying
it'd be bad if it was a bust. So they said, "Oh,
I'm still saying the Long Beach plan that they originally had
would have been nice.
We talked about it last episode.
It would have been chaotic because trying to figure out how to
knocking down the Long Beach Arena and building a stadium down there.
But also trying to figure out what you're going to do with parking and all that stuff.
They would have figured. They would have figured something out.
I mean, that's not an issue.
I really think
San
they would have
Francisco.
heavily relied on people using public transportation because you have the Metro Blue Line.
Yeah, for sure.
The Metro Blue Line. You have 2 stops in that general area. You have the Transit Mall, which is technically the last stop per se.
Yeah.
And then you had the First Street Station, which is...
I just know, regardless with Shoreline Village and all that area around there, you already knew that would be like the gas lamp is in Petco,
Yeah.
and that would have been really cool. And like it would have really tugged on the heartstrings having the Angels in Long Beach, just because I've always loved the city of Long Beach. I've lived there. It's always been close. I'd be like,
Don't you
man,
dare
don't
DJ.
do this. I wouldn't cross over, but man,
It's
it'd
one
be
of those things
ten-
where it's like, all right, the Angels playing tonight?
Mike Trout's like,
I could have went there after work, just down the street.
yeah, exactly. You could just be hanging out.
It's more along the lines of like, the Angels are playing tonight?
Tommy says score Galaxy.
Score Galaxy?
Did they?
It looks like it's 0-0.
0-0. So
I don't know if he's messing with us.
I think he's messing with us. I have a.
Or is he saying score Galaxy?
Or is he ahead? Is our feed behind?
Yeah, maybe it could happen.
Let's see.
Let's see.
That's the Spectrum feed over there.
It's 0-0. Maybe they score.
I mean, Florida is in a different world, so
The alternate universe. So, guys, he wrote, "Nah, just kidding." That's all. We're all like, who scored?
Tommy, I hope
Let's
you
see.
get diarrhea tonight. I swear to God.
I hope
Explosive.
I hope you get the mud butt.
Explosive.
Explosive.
Okay, so
Explosive.
who are we gonna talk about? Let's talk about the NHL a little bit.
All right, so
First of all, we are gonna have a hockey season. In
and
Canada.
we know the hub cities.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, all in Canada, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Edmonton and
Toronto.
Toronto got
And
the two
Can we
cities.
just point out that this will be the first time in
A Stanley
in nearly
Cup
30
playoff
in
is
nearly
gonna be
30
in Canada.
years. The cup is finally coming back to Edmonton, baby.
right? That's funny.
Also, the big news about the whole thing that we forgot to mention.
What if
I miss you more, Tommy.
What if they change it and say the Stanley Cup Final is going to be moved back to the U.S. just for the
Just the finals?
Yeah, like
At
somewhere
Staples
Dallas,
Center.
Dallas or
or
something.
New York, Madison Square
Yeah,
Garden.
Sunbelt team.
Something, yeah.
But the big news that we didn't discuss, and I just remember it top of my head about 10 minutes ago.
What?
The new collective
Oh, the
agreement.
CBA. Yeah.
CBA
It was approved, right?
approved.
So we
We
have
are
some
getting the
sort of, we
Olympics.
have some sort of piece for the next.
That's the one. That's the big.
That's the big
That's
news.
the biggest news. I feel like everybody didn't take away from this. Is Olympic hockey is coming back.
Yes.
Yes.
That's been missed so much.
Yeah.
So
They
much.
realized how badly they messed up by not
Yes.
having the players go to the Olympics last time, which was in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically going to alienate fans. They want to grow the sport. These are fortunately, these are events that do grow the sport, overall. And I know owners and people who have big contracts on these kind of things don't want to risk their talent. But overall, it's one of the Olympics. I mean, one of the biggest events there is. And Olympic ice hockey, seeing these teams, and like me and Bustos have said many times, Team USA is actually good enough to compete. Like they have a lot of young, good guys that they're going to be contending. And I feel we were ripped off last time because what was it? Oh, it was the World Cup when they did the North American team. Remember?
Yeah, we had our best players on the.
And a lot of Team USA guys were on the North American team, and we were like, man, they'd give. I know Canada is always favored. I mean, it's for a reason, but Team USA have some young guns and some like really good players that I feel like they can compete. And we feel like we've been robbed.
In the World Cup of hockey, that tournament. I'm not really big.
I think that's.
I always get worried. I mean, I like international hockey.
I wish they would play that tournament more often.
It's a cool tournament, but the thing that always worries me about Winter Olympics, special hockey, it's the timing. It's in February.
They take the 2 weeks off,
and you're getting ready for that March, April playoff run. It's like you're adding more games and possible injury. But I mean, it's a risk. I get it, but I always get nervous.
Especially, I mean.
But I love when we represent, though.
Yeah, I feel like if your team is a bottom feeder and you're not making the playoffs, I'm like, yeah, let's go. But if you're a team that's like has good cup chances and you're sending on your best players overseas to go play, and like that's a risk that obviously as a fan you're just like,
I gotta
just
go.
come back safe. Just come
I'm
back
trying
safe.
to find the roster.
I gotta go. I just got invited to a Modern Warfare tournament game right now.
What?
He's like,
You're
all right,
like,
I'm
bring
out.
in the stream.
I gotta go.
Bring in the back end.
My squad's calling me.
I'm trying to
Squad
find.
leader.
I'm trying to find a potential roster of what the team would look.
The United
Austin
States?
Matthews.
Matthews for sure.
Austin Matthews, Dylan
Patrick
Larkin, Eichel, the Kachuk.
Well, this is in a couple of years, right?
2 years.
2 years.
I mean, let's see.
Maybe even Turcotte.
I'd say Turcotte.
Yeah, maybe even Turcotte.
Turkey will be on there.
The
Kaliev?
Kachuk brothers.
I have Turcotte on the
Imagine
bubble.
Kelly.
Hey, this is the only time we're gonna love
Campbell?
Hey,
No, I think it's
Not Campbell.
Hey, the only reason we're only
Peterson.
Hey, we're only way we're gonna root for the.
Is he American?
Yeah,
Peterson's American, right?
He's American. We're the only time we're gonna root for the Kachucks.
Is on Team USA.
Yeah.
Honestly, Team USA.
I can
has got
tolerate
some
Brady
talent.
more than I can tolerate.
But they're probably gonna make the team.
Man, that'd be.
Patrick
I
Kane.
don't know if you guys remember '96 with Canada versus US. Like
Ugh.
that World
Cup
Cup
hockey. Yeah, I remember
was
that one.
probably one of the best tournaments ever played. And there's so many guys like they were actually fighting in international games. Like, well, how often do you see people drop the
important.
gloves? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The fact that they were dropping the gloves in international games always stuck out in my mind. But I want to get back to that level. I want to get back. I don't know if I'm just too nostalgic.
you know
How
what?
great was 2002 Olympics? Or 2010
great.
Olympics?
2002 Olympics.
Two-
were pretty fun.
Two was
No,
also
2010. 2010. How great was
He went
2010?
from 2 to 10.
It was fun.
We're just time traveling.
Until
That's
Sidney
two
Crosby-
Olympics
until-
of-
Of all the people in the world to get the golden goal for Canada, it has to be Sidney friggin' Crosby.
And you know what always stands out to that one too? The first two people to jump to him are Doughty and Scott Niedermayer.
Yeah.
A king and a duck were the first ones after the golden goal to jump on Crosby.
Yeah,
I was
but you
just like, that's weird.
see how the U.S. tied that game though in the last second?
Yeah.
You know what else is a crazy rivalry between U.S. and Canada is women's international.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're the only good teams.
Yeah, but they
They're
hate
the only
it.
two good teams.
These
I got-
girls,
all right, so
throw down
before-
with each other.
Yeah, they're real
It's
fun.
How great-
exciting.
They're
man.
How
fun.
great was the last Olympics between the two of those?
Before the world went away earlier this year, I got the pleasure of seeing the United States and Canada.
Oh, it's 1-0 Portland. By the way.
Oh.
Damn it, Tony.
Thank you for killing my momentum on that one right there. That's just depressing. Anyways, I was trying to say before I was really interrupted by that unfortunate news by Joshua here.
Thank you, Josh. Sure.
I got to experience the United States women's ice hockey team take on Canada.
Yeah,
Over
there was like a
Houston.
friendly, right?
It was a friendly, but they had a tournament going on where like the winner won a trophy and all. And that was, I guess, the tie-breaking game.
Where was it? In Anaheim?
In Anaheim.
Okay.
And I gotta say that was some exciting hockey to see in person.
I feel like they could have teamed up and beat the Ducks.
Yes, those two teams are capable of dismantling pretty much every team in California right now.
Right.
I got to see my my women crushes.
Who would win in a fight? Hillary Knight or Amanda Kessel?
Ooh.
I got Hillary Knight winning that one.
The Golden Knight.
That's Bay right there.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't know. I think Kessel could
That's
throw some hands.
that's my crush. Right
Is
there.
that
I
your
think Amanda could throw some hands like her brother.
like Bustos
Hillary Knight and Sarah Nurse on Team Canada? Oh
like
my God.
Bustos' version of Alex Morgan?
Huh?
Bustos' crush Alex Morgan?
Is that right?
Yes, every time there's
What?
some women's soccer, he's like, "Oh boy, that
You know
Alex Morgan."
You know she's married to like a guy on the Galaxy. I
Yeah,
forgot
I
who
know
it was, but
Wow.
He's like, "Yeah."
there's a
I
member of the
know.
Galaxy who's married to.
He has to stay
I'm just
within
waiting
200
for I'm
feet
just waiting
of
for
him.
Alma to chime in about that now.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Why was she here?
I don't know.
No.
You know,
Bustos
so
is
stop
like,
thinking about other
no.
women.
Alma.
Natalie Spooner.
Spooner.
That's from Stephen Leal.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, Olympic hockey, we're here for it. But this back to the CBA, extended 4 years, which is nice knowing that there's
No
not going to be a
strike.
lockout
No
strike.
strike or lockout.
Unfortunately, we can't have that same optimism for baseball, but at least
Which is
knowing
next
hockey is taken care of for the next 4 years, that's pretty cool in itself. Hopefully, within 4 years, the Kings are just going to be unstoppable. I know we keep coming back to this. It's so hard not to be so hyped for the Kings right now. And there's, I think, Bustos, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a date for the draft?
Yeah, October now.
October, first week of October?
Yeah,
Quentin Byfield. Let's make it happen.
Dude, I'm seeing a lot of stuff saying otherwise now, which because Marco Sturm, the German Kings assistant coach, supposedly the rumors are.
I know he wants
Stutzel.
his countrymen, but Quentin Byfield, man.
I mean,
Will you just own the Kings if we don't draft Clinton Byfield?
No, I wouldn't. I would be sad, but you know. Just,
so like Byfield, I'm saying he's got that high ceiling, that high potential, but this other guy also, I've been watching I'm down the YouTube rabbit hole of highlight videos.
yeah, they got me too.
Yeah, dude, and I just get stuck in there and I'm just like, man, this guy's going to be sexy in a Kings jersey. Then I see Byfield, I'm like, man, this guy's going to dominate
here
for
we go, finally.
20 years.
I finally got the potential.
Denor with the San Jose Sharks legend, Marco Sturm.
Yes.
That is true.
I mean,
And we still got to get next round is the
San Jose
phase
Sharks
2
legend, Yogi
lottery.
Ryan.
so
Right?
this is the projected lineup for a potential U.S. team.
You need to
Who's
calm
this
down
from?
with the aggressive, like
Like,
thumb
whoa,
passes,
whoa, whoa.
just breaking the
All right, so
cycle.
according to Bustos,
This is someone's projection.
Team USA's top line would be
No.
Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, and Patrick Kane. So I got 2 or 3 right.
Speedy little bastards.
Second line would be Johnny Gaudreau, Jack Eichel, and Brock Besser. Third line would be Kyle Connor, Dylan Larkin, and Alex DeBrincat. Fourth line, Patches, Max Pacioretty, JT Miller, and Jake Guentzel. I always can
Jake
never,
Guentzel.
I can never say his name
Guentzel.
whenever we say it. And then
Goalies.
goalies would be Connor Hellebuck, John Gibson, Ben Bishop. Defensemen, Zach Werenski, Seth Jones, Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, and John Carlson.
Oh, Jacob Slavin. He plays for.
Torrey Krug and Jacob Trouba.
Yeah,
And the extras would be Chris Kreider and Brady Tkachuk.
like how good is that team?
I'm still saying Alex
That's
Turcotte's
a solid.
making
That's a
this team.
solid squad right there. That's a solid international squad.
That's just for now.
That's for now. That's not.
I'm honestly
anybody's-
surprised that Connor Hellebuck, who was a goaltender in Winnipeg, would be
Well,
pegged
and
for-
we need a veteran who's been in the Olympics, so just pick up John.
I was thinking
As
like,
the
so
third-
John
as the
McQuick
third
maybe,
guy,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
based on Olympic experience.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Oh, what's his name? Howard.
Jimmy Howard is
Jimmy Howard.
way past his prime.
So Stupid Jagoff. Shout out. Cool name.
Yeah, he's
I
done-
thought you were talking about Tommy again.
Wow.
Alright, so
Stupid Jagoff, Tommy. I swear to God.
Stupid Jagoff. I know who this guy. I don't know him personally, but I know of him. He's got a solid YouTube channel. He does. He's a big fan of game entertainment stuff like I am. So he's big fan of the work that Dieter Rule does, both at Staples Center and Dodger Stadium.
Shout out, check out his channel. He's in the comments. Stupid Jagger wrote, do you think we'll be inside Staples Center by the next home opener?
No.
So not this upcoming home opener, but 2021?
2020. I
No.
don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll be lucky to have Christmas.
Next Christmas?
This Christmas.
This Christmas.
I think we'll be lucky to have Christmas being normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My honest opinion
I don't think
is,
anything
It
this
depends
year.
if Rona fades.
if people, could, and I hate to, get
you know
off
Rona
topic,
Virgin
get off
2 is
sports
gonna come
topic
out.
right now, but look, I cannot stress this enough, people. It's the irony in this is that I'm not.
Yeah, you
none
can't
of us
say
are wearing
that when you're
masks
not
except for
wearing a
Bustos
mask,
here. But wear a mask. The only reason
it's-
why we're not wearing masks right now
we're
is because
talking to-
we're the most people that Our group,
Really?
our bubble is
Really?
what? What's going on?
2-0? Is it 2-0?
2-0. Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
guys.
no Galaxy.
Why are you
I'm
like
on
this?
an angry rant
big
streak and
Galaxy.
every time.
I feel like you're negative. Your anger is willing the Portland Timbers along.
I to
We need
stop
good
it.
vibes only.
Yeah.
Good energy only. The Galaxy needs you right now.
Only down by 2 G's. Come on, step it up, boys. You can do it.
But like we said, it's nice sports about we were watching this before the show started, and Chicharito had the penalty kick, and he missed it, and they missed the rebound, and we were screaming, we were upset. But we had to stop for a second, and we
We're like,
realized, you
we're
guys,
back! Sports are back!
Sports are back. We're complaining about something. We're angry about
I'm
something.
angry at one of my teams again.
Yeah, I have anger in a
Right.
sporting event for one of my teams. Like, it's back,
Like
guys.
Chicha, I'm so mad at you for not going the other way on the kick, and
Yeah. Getting your first MLS goal ever,
right?
and then the rebound right back into the goalie. But
God, so-
sports are back.
But back to see what Jackoff's question. No, I don't think we're gonna my next home opener.
Yeah, I don't.
Rono's
Well, he's talking
honestly,
next home opener,
no, next-
not
yeah,
this
no,
home opener.
Yeah, next year.
Next 2021.
I doubt it too because Rono's version 2 is
We
gonna
really,
come out again.
I mean, if people could just,
Yeah,
And again, what I was trying to say before I got cut off by Bustos, me living vicariously through Bustos' anger on the Galaxy. I was saying, I know the irony in this is that, myself, Rico, and DJ aren't wearing masks right now on this broadcast, but we're in a safe enough area where we can do such a thing.
But I took a
Which is-
shower before.
I know, so did I. But
So we're
people,
here.
come on, man, just wear a mask, practice social distancing. It's not that hard.
it's not a political issue. Just wear masks.
Just
That's why. That's
if
why.
you want sports to come back, if you want sports to fully come back, and you want to, be at Staples Center or Dodger Stadium or Dignity Health Sports Park, with your friends and have a beer and and chill out and enjoy, your teams live and in person, put on a freaking mask.
Just wear a mask.
Wash your hands.
the question
not
is,
that
It's
hard.
just the game. Why you have to be mad?
Right.
to be mad?
Just put on a mask.
Why you have to be mad? Put
So, like we're saying, hopefully, hopefully next season things will get back to normal. Hopefully next baseball season things will be back to normal. I honestly feel like that also depends on the vaccine and the science behind things. If something comes out and they're able to get rid of this and we can go back to a normal life
have, like,
somewhat.
successful testing and
like
mass production.
hopefully that can happen in the next time.
Since we're on the subject, let's talk about the MLS.
But actually, back to Ryan.
You're
Really
right over
quick.
there, Bustos.
Yes, Ryan. We'll be having Hooligan Mass soon since Bustos let out.
We're working on it right now.
Sorry,
We got some
but yes, we're
designs.
gonna
We got
have
some
some
stuff
Tommy in
coming.
the comments with one of the realest comments I've seen all day, Timothy. If I can wear a mask for 12 hours a day delivering packages, you can do it too.
Yeah, but he can't root for the damn right basketball.
You can't
team.
root for the Lakers though.
Okay, let's talk.
Really?
Let's talk about how bad the Galaxy are playing.
Actually, one more really quick. Speaking back to hockey, and since we kind of related to baseball, there's a couple hockey players that aren't going to play also this year. That one guy from the Canucks, he's opting out because of the Ronas.
The guy.
Seven. I forgot what his name was.
So I know there was
Someone from the Canucks said he didn't want to play.
and then
Definitely not my dad, Tyler Topola.
he's still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing. They're really high on him over in Vancouver now.
Yeah, I heard that
Like
they're trying to resign him.
They're in preference of him over Brock Besser, and Besser's a stud too. And it's like,
And he was hurt
how
last
much
year,
Is that,
and
how
he's
much is that saying for for Brock Besser? You're a talented player, and yet the Vancouver Canucks aren't too high on you. First off, the Canucks are really dumb, as I figured. And it's like, all right, I do understand. If they want to re-sign Toffoli,
He was good for them. Like, he turned it on as soon as he got traded to Vancouver.
yeah,
Toffoli
he
found it again.
immediately made an
Yeah,
impact, but
but it's still at the same time where you're
like,
stuck.
hey, Vancouver, if you really want to give up Brock Besser,
What do you guys think? Okay, I've been seeing this rumor.
I'm okay with this.
This rumor about the Jack Eichel. I've seen it more than once already. Jack
Not happy
Eichel.
in,
that he's supposedly they're shopping him. He's on the block, and a lot of people are saying that the Kings should offer the second pick.
Nope.
And I'm like, why would
No.
you? Like, that value isn't the
There's
same.
so many people that are
I
like,
only-
I want to win now, and I'm like, no.
No, wait.
Just
I
like,
want
hold
that.
on.
I want that proper, good.
I only
rebuild.
do it if it's just straight up the second pick.
You would do 1-for-1?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would even do
I do 1-for-1.
No,
I do for 1-for-1 and an agreement for a contract. That has to be done.
I'm against giving. Up
If
the second
if it's a long-term contract agreed upon before
So
the
that's
trade.
basically saying you would think Eichel is going to be better than
Yes.
anything of these two potential new guys,
Well,
being
no.
Stutzel
No,
or
I
Byfield.
think the number 2 pick could be as equal, but yeah.
But the fact that Eichel's proven
Yeah.
he already has value for you.
yeah.
See, I would do it if the Kings were in a more of a win now.
No, but we could be in a win now.
You're just saying quick flip rebuild. Let's just go for it.
I mean, you could be. Think about it, you can actually be in a quick win now by next year.
yeah, I don't know.
with
Though.
Jack
That's,
Eichel.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not the smart thing to do, but you could be.
I still think defense is our problem.
Well,
Also true,
but we
yeah.
also have 3 second-round picks.
yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see who the Kings add as far as like getting the defense in order. Because right now we just have a gluttonous amount of centers, wingers.
That's the point. Do you make that? You make that trade. You get your proven number 2 right now behind Kopitar.
Yeah.
You get.
And Eichel's still young. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that he has, a lot of good years ahead of him. But from what they're saying as far as what Byfield and Stutzel are supposed to be, like, I feel like
It's a tough call.
when they're ready, the Kings should be in a position where hopefully, if all goes well, the Kings are dominating for the
Kinda
next decade.
but
Kinda like
we
the
weren't ready.
2010
But
rebuild.
Exactly,
hey,
like the timing of things.
But like we said, Braden Shin, everyone thought the world of him.
Also true.
Look what he turned out to be. He's
Make
not
a good point, Boostos.
Wait, who do we trade him for?
Mike Richards.
Mike
Mike
Richards.
Richards.
It was worth it, man. He
That's
did
his
do
point. That's
something
his point. Like, Shen and Simmons at the time were like, we
Yeah.
can't trade them. They're the future. We trade them for a piece that ends up being one of the 2 pieces, Carter being the other one,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
ultimately give us the cup. I could see the argument. I could definitely see the argument. A lot of things have to go right for that to happen. Because let's not forget, when the Richards deal still happened, as the season was progressing along with Terry Murray, he wasn't making a difference. It wasn't until
Carter
Sutter came along.
and Carter came around.
Carter
Carter
came
came
along
in that
that the
spring.
team actually made that next step. So
Yeah.
I could see what those were pieces that were done, but if that was the only move that would have been done, the Kings wouldn't have
But
won the
that
cup.
team-
I
that
don't
year.
think that was it. I think it was Jordan Norland and
But that- but
Dwight
that-
King.
Honestly,
Dwight Kling's
they were
arrival
a
that
big
helped.
part of that.
Let's not forget about them.
That was a culture
Kings were
change.
a
That was a
7
big
seed
culture.
when he made that trade for Richards.
Huh?
A 7 seed. I was like, you just barely made the playoffs the last year. They were
The
trying
year
to-
before?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then they went after.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is like that wasn't the piece like that I mean, they were contending. They were already a playoff team, but there was a lot of little things that had happened.
I need to remind people of the whole 2012 Western Conference in general. The only reason why we were the 8th seed, we already had a playoffs position locked in.
Yeah.
The only reason why we were the 8th seed is because we failed to win our last 2 games, let alone in regulation. By any means necessary, let alone in regulation.
Yeah.
All we needed was a win. We needed to beat San Jose. We had those 2 games.
Was that the game Ryan Clough off the bench?
Yes, the second to last game.
He pulled the puck.
Fuck the fuck.
We lost in a shootout.
Yeah.
It went to overtime, but the game they lost.
We
in a
were
shootout.
talking about that the other day. I was like, I think that's the maddest I've ever been in a sporting event in my life.
Yeah, but
That was the only time I felt actually cheated as a fan.
I playfully chirped Todd McClellan at Kings fan fest about that.
I
yeah?
get what you're saying though, and I'm just throwing out that option. With Jack Eichel, you're a playoff team already.
So you're just saying go for it, win now, let these guys develop along the way, as opposed to putting in the years, letting these guys develop and do it properly.
I say it's a win-win either way.
I don't think it's a win-win necessarily though, because what happens if you like stunt the development or
How can
these
you,
guys? I'm just saying you're pushing them straight into the NHL.
But
No, you don't need to stunt your
you kind
development.
of force a championship culture on them too.
But you're not stunting your development while you're just adding another centerman. Oh, it's proven. You're just giving up.
So you think the Kings themselves, without adding prospects, are just a Jack Eichel away from
Let's go
competing?
Oilers,
You remember
Connor
we
McJesus.
had the number 1 prospect team in the NHL right now.
Connor McJesus, what's going on?
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out. We do have the number 1 prospect
Love you too,
team already.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting argument.
it's just an interesting argument.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do it. I'd hold off. Let's do the rebuild the right way. But I can definitely see your argument because if you have, potentially the opportunity to go straight into win now, who doesn't like winning now?
As much
And
as
Jack Eichel jump.
as much as I'm tempted by a win now, I want that proper rebuild.
Yeah.
I want.
But
I want.
Then the,
I
that
want
legacy.
other-
Well, here's the thing.
That
the
legacy.
I want
the
other
Kings-
teams. I
Hey,
want other fan bases.
I'm saying the 2012-2014 championship was not a rebuild.
Wait. I know. It was
took
built.
years to build.
Yeah, it took
That-
years.
we're not
That was
talking about
Lombardi,
that.
though.
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking
you
about
would.
right now.
I would have taken the championships anytime, any place, anywhere.
If you can guarantee a championship, you take it. But
Yeah.
that's not to say that guarantees a championship. That's what makes it hard. That's
Yeah,
what makes
that's
it
why
a
it's a
gamble.
gamble.
Like
Yeah.
the win now approach is definitely a wild card.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Sure.
It's
a
definitely-
gamble,
also
sure.
the waiting for the prospect develops a gamble too. Which way you want to gamble?
I mean,
I do
the more
the
proven
proper
way.
way.
The
proper way,
Then you go
yes.
Jack Eichel.
I want.
That's not the
I
proper way.
I want the pleasure of for the next 7 or 8 to 10 years of teams and their fans on the schedule. Like, all right, who do we have tonight?
Damn,
I mean, it doesn't.
Damn it! I
It
want
doesn't
that.
really matter. But if Rob Blake and
I want a
Robitaille
glorious-
would take a championship right now, they would.
Yeah.
If it takes a Jack,
us too.
I think anyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a glorious reign of terror on the
You
National
still
Hockey
will
League.
have
You'll
the
still
glorious
have
reign
that.
terror
You will still
if
have
you
that
still
terror.
have
But I
Jack
want it
Eichel.
proper, Joshua. I want it proper.
I think.
I want it all.
I think it might even be scarier if you win as the Kings right now.
Without the
That'll-
young guys.
With the, and, just putting notice on the league, like, look, we won the championship with this
Guess
current
what?
team.
Think about
We
it.
weren't even ready yet. We messed around and won the
Hey,
cup.
here's what I'm just saying. If you get Jack Eichel, you find a defenseman. You have a playoff team, and I always say this:
Joshua,
you have
be
the
honest
playoff.
with me. Did you already buy from TeamLA.com like your custom Jack
Eichel?
No,
Eichel
I'm just
An Eichel
I'm
Kings
just
jersey?
making the argument. You got the second
Yeah.
best American.
If you have it,
It's
Centerman.
like, hey,
we just-
Adrian,
we
hey,
just
Adrian
also-
Kempe, you're gonna need a new number.
We just also acknowledge that Elena bullied Bustos into wearing a mask the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she so checked them from a
He
different.
was like, all
area
right,
code.
I'll wear the mask the
And,
rest of the time.
Tommy also said either don't wear a mask or root for the Lakers. He said I'll die.
Wow. He also said no.
But also, Tommy, we have a special at Rose Cremations for $9.95 right now. So
That
if
is
you take
true.
that, and,
Rose Cremations in
Hey,
Bellflower,
Tommy,
California.
think
Look
about
it up.
tomorrow, today.
Tommy also said, no way, I'm against it too. Why win now when the Pacific will take a dive in a couple years and the Kings will rise again and will be on top for a while?
why
also
not?
true.
I mean, why not win as many
it's
championships as you
interesting
can?
argument.
Think Blue Film says Jack Eichel to the Sharks next year. You heard it here first. LA Kings 2022-2023 champions Turcotte, Conn Smythe. I'm here for
Okay,
it.
I
so
dig
wait,
it.
We still
I hope
have
you dig
we
it.
still have third. In my proposed trade, we still have Turcotte.
Yeah.
I'm saying I only do that trade.
It's Ed, you're saying straight up second overall, so it's either Byfield or Stutzel, 1-for-1
Yeah.
for
yeah,
Eichel.
yeah. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not adding
No.
a prospect. I'm not doing anything else.
I don't know, dude. It's tempting.
Bustos
but
is for trading the second pick for Jack Eichel. I am firmly against it.
Well,
I want
it's just,
that
I
prize.
think I'm against it
if we
too.
not, if
I
we
want
don't,
that good
Hey,
good.
hey, if we're adding just Jack, if we're just trading for the number 2 pick for Jack Eichel.
1 for 1, yeah. You're just saying a 1 for
If
1 deal.
anything else, no.
A lot of deals say that the Kings have to add on to it, which doesn't make sense to me because
Yeah.
I already feel like I wouldn't do the deal 1 for 1. But
exactly.
I can't tell if I'm just a homer about it.
No.
Like I'm just like, oh no, that's the second overall pick.
No, I do only if it's 1 for 1.
Yeah.
I won't make that trade if it's not. If it was more than 1 for 1.
I mean, it's quite a debate.
Here's the
honestly.
thing. Here's my argument is for 1, you're adding the same type of player who's proven already.
Hey, while we're at it, folks, when you get the chance, whenever hockey comes back, please go watch yourself some Ontario Reign hockey when you get the chance.
Well,
wait.
next year.
Exciting times
Next year.
coming.
Next year. Next season.
They got $2 beers on Friday nights at Toyota Arena.
Next season when we're safe to do it because we're not having.
So Think Blue Film says Kings really don't want to make trades right now. It will hurt their rebuild tremendously.
Yeah. I strongly agree.
That's what. Yeah, that was. I agree with that too.
But you have a rebuild going on right now, but you're just trading the number 2 pick.
if we're gonna
for
make
Jack Eichel.
if we're gonna make trades during this rebuild, I'd rather get rid of some really really ridiculous contracts.
You're not gonna get rid of that contract without adding prospects.
Also,
Do you have enough prospects?
once we're talking about when Seattle has their draft,
Yeah.
that's going to be a strategy too.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of some contracts.
Yeah.
Who gets exposed? We've talked about that before. It's going to be a whole big thing. But
Hey, Cartsy, let me holler at you for a second.
but the Kings cap space also in the next couple of years, a lot of guys come off the books. So the Kings can make moves for potentially number 1
And then-
defensemen
and here's the
players and whoever doesn't pan out from the rebuild.
And then you have Jack Eichel right now. If you get Jack Eichel now, his contract is higher now, and you have later on you can
But
make.
you still have to resign him, right? He's not.
No, you
signed.
resign him now
Uh-huh.
to whatever the contract he wants.
So his $12 million a year.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
he's gonna want. Something
And then
crazy.
you have room later on to sign these other players. You space out the bigger contracts.
I mean, there's going to be a lot. All these young guys eventually are going to get paid too.
I know exactly. So do you want all these
In
all
3
these-
or 4 years,
do you
their
want all them-
entry-level deals are
Do you
up.
want all of them to be paid at the exact same time, and you don't have the cap room to do it? You need to spread it out eventually.
Think Blue says Kings have a full deck with all these top-ranked prospects. Time to make 100 call-ups, send-downs next year, and get everyone some experience.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm just showing the idea of I'm not opposed to trading the number 2 pick
Yeah.
straight up for Jack Eichel.
It'll be interesting, honestly.
I mean, if you're adding prospects, forget
Exciting
about
times
it.
for the Kings ahead.
Forget about it.
It's a good,
It's a good
regardless.
problem to have.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good
Regardless,
problem
it's
to
a good problem to have. It's a good time to be a Kings fan because
While we're at it,
I'll just be
chest is
I'll
full.
just be
I
pissed
just-
if he goes to the Knights or something.
Yes.
if there's
Or
anybody,
Anaheim.
if there's anybody here in the chat that primarily watches Dodger baseball and knows us through Dodger baseball, and you want to get into hockey, hit us up. Seriously, right now is the best time to get into Kings hockey.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah, it's a good time to
Boo-
get
If
on
you
that.
slam that
Also,
phone
there's
one
a-
more
there's a-
time, Bustos.
I'll look at it.
It's ringing through my mind.
Dad, hey Dad, tell him Dad,
Rico. You trying to talk, Rico? Rico.
tell him
The
Dad.
Galaxy just scored.
All right, let's go.
Who was it, Bustos?
I don't know. I think it's
Alexis Lalas.
That's not much.
Ooh,
But no,
it's
seriously,
not
like right now,
Barbecue.
if you for those that that might know us through Dodger baseball, but you might have an interest in hockey, but you don't really know the sport.
Yeah, because there are people.
Hit us up.
Yeah, there are people that always hit us up like, "Oh, do more Dodgers," or "Oh, do more Kings, do more Lakers," like whatever the thing is. If you're not a Kings fan, right now is definitely a good time
It's
to
a
start
great
getting
time.
interested because in the next 2 or 3 years, the
It's
Kings
gonna
are going to be
be
championship
where-
contenders. 3
And
or 4 years,
the fan,
for
the,
sure.
the Kings have over the course of history, in the city, they've had, they've been respected, but it's
Oh, they're reviewing it.
not VAR.
Yeah, VAR time.
So Bustos is going to give the play-by-play for this because I'm actually me and DJ are the most interested in it.
Well, I actually have interest in this game.
Yeah,
Better
you're
than
doing it for a
his
gambling
pockets.
sense, and me and DJ are
He's
here.
checking his line right now on his
It's
phone.
scored. It's a goal.
Thank you. All right, so we're on the board. So they're down by 1. Let's get back in it. They'll probably extend the stoppage time. Anyways, yeah, I mean,
I should
the
have put
Kings
them
have
on.
always been a respected team in the city, but they've never. I think
Nope,
this next.
never mind.
They took it away.
You took it away.
Bustos, the emotional roller coaster you're putting me
You
through
suck
right now.
at relaying right now. I really got to go to Twitter for this.
No, they took it away.
Offside. He's like, I don't know. They just
Offside.
didn't give it to
Anyways,
him.
I was before I was rudely interrupted again.
By Bustos.
By Bustos.
Again.
Kings a long time respected. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go watch this right
All
now.
right, I'm done here.
I quit.
I'm gonna go play GameCube on the TV.
Tommy,
over
where are
here.
you, Tommy?
Right.
Where's my Nintendo 64?
Anyways,
It's definitely been. I mean,
they've always been a respected team, but it's like I feel like the next, like, you know, when they won the 2 championships, it's like, all right, you know, the Kings, you know, that's great, you know, LA City champions, but it really feels like the city doesn't really rally behind the team.
which is interesting because the Kings are LA's oldest original team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other team that is here has come from somewhere else. LA's oldest.
No.
Who has it?
Technically, it would be of teams originated in the city
And stayed here, never left.
Yeah, don't say the Chargers.
Never left. All right.
LA originals through and through, stayed here, have had their home here.
Technically,
Don't say the Chargers.
no, I wasn't going to say that. I said technically the Angels, despite them moving.
No, they're not. And technically,
Let me finish.
Technically,
Let me
They moved
finish.
to Orange County.
Let
How
me
can you-
finish.
We
That's
said
what I'm saying.
LA. We
They're
said
still
LA.
in the. Yes, they play in Orange County. We know about that. We always talk about how.
But their
the
name was the Anaheim Angels at a time.
California
I
Angels?
feel like they took themselves out of contention.
Yeah, they're out there.
This
was
is
gonna
this
say-
is a pro Kings.
I was gonna say, like, despite not being an Angels fan, technically they are the longest tenured of the teams
In the
established
market?
in the area,
In the market, yeah.
in the market.
Okay.
In fact, they've played a child.
You said LA team. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, they did.
They
Hey, did you
started off
say?
in child.
Hey, didn't Christian
But
say LA team?
I was getting ready to say in the greater Los Angeles area, though.
No, you didn't. You were going to say LA teams.
Offside.
Anyways,
Tommy says, "Put." Actually, I had loaded this up just for.
Let's
You
get
got a
ready to
new one?
rumble.
Yeah. I had
Oh, speaking of that, UFC. I didn't
Oh, that's
watch,
right.
I didn't
We
watch,
forgot
I
to
didn't watch
mention
Fight
that.
Island this week, but I heard it's pretty controversial. Talking to a few friends.
Yeah. I'll go to the.
ready to rumble.
Okay, that's good enough. You don't want to get copyrighted.
That's all
So
it is.
very controversial this week. I didn't watch it, but I was talking to friends over chat. They were watching it.
Aldo should have been stopped.
Yeah,
long
they said
time
they
ago.
let that go a little too far. Max Holloway got ripped off.
He should have won. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
Holloway
Holloway
should
should've
have won.
Yeah.
I admit that, but I'll take the win because I had the other guy.
Wow. The main fight, Tommy says, is horrible. Is honestly, you can tell.
Well,
Masvidal
Which
had only
has-
6 days to get ready. You
Yeah.
could tell because
And-
conditioning was not where it needed to be.
I
And
mean-
then they have an immediate rematch, from what I heard.
Oh, they
agreed
do?
to
Yeah, but
an
here's the
immediate
problem.
Rematch.
But here's the problem.
He looked winded.
No, the problem
He
is
looked like he was
those.
breathing heavy.
There's your goal.
There he goes.
Is that another goal?
He's-
Offsides again.
He's gonna blow up right now. Watch.
Oh, that's another offside.
It's gonna happen to 5, 4,
But
3,
but
2,
here's the problem.
1.
As much as it was boring,
That's your blue.
ground fighting, tackling, those wins fights.
All the
Controlling
grappling,
those fights.
all the little grapple.
Yeah, those wins fights. I mean, isn't it fighting? Do what you have to do to win.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as entertaining sometimes,
Yeah.
but you'd rather just see them standing up, throwing haymakers, and
Oh, of course.
trying to knock the other dude out. But I mean, I get what you're saying. There's technique and strategy that wins.
I love Dana White's Fight Island concept.
Yeah.
So did I. I was like, that's
every
crazy.
league should buy.
No one likes-
Isn't there like an island off Catalina he can buy right now?
That's what we were saying in
Yeah.
Long
Make a-
Beach. Just going on
they're
the
in the
islands. I think.
82nd minute.
Yeah.
Ryan
Island was-
Ryan Armenta says, honestly, that's the reason I don't like the Lakers. Sports radio in LA is all Lakers all the goddamn time. Even when the Lakers sucked and the Kings were winning playoff series, it was all Laker talk. The Lakers have
It's-
16
it's-
championships. I get it, but I still
It's
want
LA
some talk
culture.
about other
So-
teams. They have that in New York. True.
LA
Anytime Lakers or Dodgers
LA
are doing
is-
well, those are the main stories. And as a Kings fan, I feel like you kind of get used to being the second fiddle,
The stepchild.
the stepchild in the city. I mean, the group was obviously much more diehard.
The Lakers, the Dodgers,
Right.
and USC football are the key sports in LA.
Yeah.
So that's all you gotta say.
It's true. In the Rams. And so,
Did you call?
Hey, and I'm gonna disagree
Hey,
with
did
that.
you guys call the cops?
Yeah.
Did you call the cops, bro? Because someone vandalized the hell out of your slippers. the hell's happening? What the hell's wrong with your slippers, bro? Someone's graffitied all over that trash. Yeah.
dang, the Ram slides. You
Wow.
know I got them from
Shanghai
Walmart.
Ram slides.
Okay,
You know I got them from
Okay.
Walmart.
So is there anything else that
I
we
hope
want
you
to talk
step
about?
on dog poop in there.
I don't know.
I hope it hit your toes.
Is there anything else to talk about?
We could talk about.
My Ram sleds.
Trash.
Well, that kind of gives you an idea.
There's your goal finally. There's
Found-
no way you're gonna.
He bought those at the indoor-outdoor swap.
There you go. We're on the
I
board.
found them
Yeah.
in the dumpster.
Galaxy on the board there. There you go.
I mean, it
Found
should
him
be
in
2-2.
In the
Yeah,
dumpster
Gordon
behind the
Wild, I
indoor
guess,
swap.
had a goal that was taken off.
Tommy wrote, "This guy hates the Lakers more than me." Johnny Hecker sandals. Oh, I'm gonna get you the custom editions. We're gonna just put the big Johnny Hecker edition slides for Tommy. But you guys, I feel like we kind of covered everything that we were gonna talk about.
Yep.
Anybody see Hamilton?
Not yet.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney
I
Plus?
saw a little bit of it. I'm still like watching. Legitimately, I'm actually like I saw like people talk about it. I'm like, let me check it out.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to
Give
watch
it a
it.
shot. And
Quick
so
NASCAR.
far so good.
I wonder how
gotta
long
finish
until
watching.
the protest. So many protests of Hamilton was a slave owner or something.
Quick NASCAR news.
Alexander.
Jimmy Johnson had coronavirus.
Oh yeah, you're telling me about that.
But he tested. But he's back racing next week. I don't get that.
Yeah.
He's
was
just
quick
really
at that.
strong. Can you bounce back quick or what?
Bounce back 7 times.
And you said this is his like farewell tour,
His
right?
farewell
First
year.
time he missed a race in his whole career.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. That's how you know it's serious.
He's a Cal Ripken.
It's on the level of closing Disneyland in Vegas. He missed a race.
Yeah, we might close Vegas again. I heard.
I heard that too.
Chicha got the goal.
Yeah.
In fact, didn't Caesar's
Bustos,
Palace
why didn't you say
close?
it was that's
I
his
thought-
first
There it happened. It finally happened.
first MLS goal?
I thought Caesar's Palace closed a few days last week.
I don't know. Something's closed. So Vegas might be closed.
Chicharito on the board.
Is he going to be the new Zlatan?
He's gonna be.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
He's gonna be like Bea. Score a whole bunch of goals for the.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. Galaxy talk. But yeah, guys, I feel like we covered most of our. I swear to God, if Bustos hits the table again with something, I'm putting a mask and gloves on and coming to smack him in
Who's
the
that?
back of the head,
Who's-
Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
He doesn't understand that. It picks
Get
up
him,
on the
Tommy.
microphone every time he's like,
Sorry.
or just like,
And it just rings.
Hey, when someone gets mad on sports gambler 101.
We're gonna have to.
I'm
have
glad
our-
you guys are seeing the real Bustos in here.
I'm gonna
What we
have to,
deal with.
talk to our producer and file a complaint to HR upstairs. Bustos is-
He's gonna get a stern
She's
talking
getting-
to
she-
after the show.
I quit.
He's getting the nod.
Very stern.
You're not
talking
allowed to quit. We tell you when to quit.
We'll say when you quit.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, solid episode. I think we got next week off, but we'll be back.
Hopefully-
Yeah.
hopefully
we're
next week-
gonna take next week off
Hopefully we're
Yeah.
not. Hopefully we're not doing a Zoom call next week in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but
because of
we're
the
hoping-
recent regulations. In
yeah,
the
if the
state of California.
stay-at-home orders come back, we might be doing back to Zoom calls. Hopefully not, because we love being here
Although
in
they
studio.
said like most other popular places that that would attract people, but like where we shoot, usually I think we're safe because
I don't know. We'll see.
we're gonna play it by
I
ear,
think,
honestly.
but
We'll
yeah.
play it by ear.
If we do have a Zoom call, it should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once again, shout out to this week's sponsors: Rose Cremation, Big Nick's Pizza, also the website. Don't forget, you use code podcast, you can maybe get 10% off. It's a rumor.
Maybe
It's a rumor.
I heard.
I don't know. I don't know if that's sure or not.
The boost of
Hooligansports.net.
discount.
And then, yeah, 2 weeks we'll be back.
My homeboy Rusty.
Well, actually,
Shepard.
hopefully we could talk about Dodger baseball live games going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's a big deal for
Let your
us.
friends know about us.
Spread the word. Spread it like wildfire.
slide into
Support your
Christian's
local
DM if you
hooligans
want.
and wear a mask. I know the irony in this is me telling you to wear a mask when I'm not wearing a mask.
We're about to catch
Trust
the
me.
last 5 minutes of this Galaxy game and see what happens.
See if
But
We have our Madden tournament.
See if you get a point.
oh yeah, we're gonna do our second part of the Madden tournament.
We have a
right
Madden
now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go record that.
So don't forget to subscribe. Check out the website. Thanks for joining us. Until next time,
Support
Hooligan
your local-
Sports Podcast.
Shit!